Večer as we welcome you to Prague for the last time in Group D at EuroBasket 2022, and we finish with a battle for top spot as Poland look to end the dominant unbeaten streak of the Serbs here at the O2 Arena. Yes, it's Serbia against Poland to conclude a thrilling week of action here in the Czech capital. Both teams already heading to Berlin, but the winner set to top the group and take that top seed from Group D. I'm Tim Long. What a pleasure it's been to call the action alongside FIBA analyst Josh Davis here in Prague. Serbia have been scintillating in front of some passionate travelling fans. Perhaps the standout side across the whole of EuroBasket so far. Some support for Poland as well, who face a tough test here against the unbeaten Serbs. Earlier on this court, we saw Finland build steam towards Berlin with a comprehensive win over the Netherlands. And in a winner takes the final ticket matchup, host Czech Republic took down Israel. Serbia have 4 emphatic wins from 4, but defeat in this one would see Poland snatch top spot by putting both teams to 4-1 and taking the head-to-head. A loss would see the Poles finish 3rd and Finland in 2nd. The Czech Republic will finish 4th and take on Greece in the next round. Josh, safe to say Serbia have passed every test with flying colours so far here in Prague. Jokic and Mitsic on another level, and any of the supporting cast able to step up at any given time on any given game day. But Poland are a tough and talented team too.
Obviously, we've spent our entire time here watching Group D action, and I know there's been a lot of great performances, individual performances especially across the other groups, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a more complete team than this Serbian team right here. They are 3rd in scoring, 1st in field goal percentage, 2nd in steals, 1st in points allowed defensively, 2nd in three-point shooting. I could go on and on and on. They just are playing very good basketball. They've been very hard to beat. They've won every game by double digits. The closest win was 11 points. They've won 2 games by more than 20 points. I mean, obviously Poland has a tall task ahead of them, and they do have a squad and the talent and the chemistry and the continuity to compete here tonight. But again, I like this Serbian team going into the next round.
It would take something special for Igor Milicic's men to down these Serbian stars. The winner takes top spot. That might well mean a matchup in the last 16 with Italy. If Italy beat Great Britain and finish 4th in a 3-way tie in Group C, and Serbia, who've had some problems on the big stage in recent years, underperformed at the World Cup in 2019, went out on home court against Italy in Belgrade in the Olympic qualifiers last summer. They are going to get a tough test if that is the matchup here in the last 16, if Svetislav Pesic's team remain 100% here in the first round. Ahead of this one, let's pause for the 2 national anthems. Serbia will look to match Greece as the only team to go a perfect 5-0 through the first round of EuroBasket 2022. The aim for Coach Pesic and their team to become gold medalists again. They haven't done it since he was on the bench back at the 2002 World Cup.
Yeah, the Serbian team finished second at the last EuroBasket in 2017, losing to Slovenia in that final. They finished second in the 2016 Olympics, the 2014 World Cup, losing to the USA, and then also finished second in the 2009 EuroBasket. So could this be the year? If it is, this man will lead the way.
Can Nikola Jokic end a two-decade wait for a place at the top of a major tournament podium as we see your officiating crew for this final game on court here in the Czech capital? Serbia have won all 4 of their games here by margins of more than 10 points. Can Poland stop them as they start with Balcerowski, the young talented centre, Michał Sokołowski, who's been crucial for them, Aaron Sell, a bit of a glue guy, AJ Slaughter able to score and facilitate, and Mateusz Ponitka, the captain, who can do a bit of everything.
Yeah, Ponitka, you see him here, 12.5 points per game, 6.5 assists, 5 rebounds. Didn't get to play much the other day, was ejected from the game at falling an unsportsmanlike and a technical, but he, the captain, he's the engine. He does a little bit of everything for this team, plays with such tenacity, won't back down from this competition by any means, this challenge, and you expect the rest of the guys to kind of, follow his lead.
Igor Milicic's team have won their last 2 in a row to move to 3-1 and book their place in the next round. They've not won 3 in a row in a single tournament since 1981. And they take on this Serbian 5 from the start. Nikola Kalinic has been so efficient. Vladimir Lucic, the captain. Nikola Jokic playing like an MVP. Vasilija Micic as well. They're the 2 standout stars. And Ognjen Jaramaz, another player to really step up. But Jokic has been superb.
I mean, Jokic, obviously we know what he does in the NBA, but here in EuroBasket, first player in the 21st century with 29, 11, 5, and 4 steals. A complete game the other night. Just Israel had no answer for him. Jokic comes in as the 6th leading scorer, 19.8 points per game. He's 5th from the 2-point field goal percentage, 73%. 4th in rebounding at 10.5. 2 steals per game, good enough for 6th amongst our players. He's playing defense now too.
Coach Pesic won that gold at the World Cup in 2002, gold at the EuroBasket the year before that, and also gold in this competition with Germany all the way back in 1993. The 73-year-old knows how to win. Can he guide this set of players to the gold again? That's the big question as we move towards the knockout bracket in Berlin. Poland will top the group with a win. They will finish 3rd with a defeat. And just saw on that last shot, Balcerowski, one of the most talented young players we've seen here in Prague, the 21-year-old 2'15" centre. It couldn't be a tougher test for him against Jokic.
Well, plenty of NBA scouts obviously will be watching this game, as they've been watching all kinds of games, and Balcerowski has definitely delivered here on the big stage. Comes in at 13.3 points per game, leads the entire tournament on 2-point shooting, 83% made. And it's not just dunks and layups, he's hitting mid-range jump shots as well. So the big man has a lot of skill, but he's playing against the most skilled big man in the world tonight.
He's scored 16+ points in each of the last 2 games, getting better through the course of the tournament. As well, can Jokic slow him down? Can Poland slow Serbia down? That's the question here in Prague. Serbia have ploughed through everything in their path. Poland next to step in front of the EuroBasket freight train. Can they do what no other team has been able to do here in the Czech capital and get close to the 2-time world and 3-time European champions? The winner takes the top seed from Group D into the knockout bracket in Berlin. Balcerowski to go at Jokic straight away, showing him the footwork. Jokic not budging, but Balcerowski banks it in.
And you can see why he has a good field goal percentage. Just nice touch in the paint. Kisses it off the glass for the first 2.
Has knocked down a 3 in this tournament as well. Capable of facilitating and showing some range. He's shooting 71% from the field altogether, the highest of any player in the competition to play more than 1 game.
See there at the foul inside, Aaron Sell battling with Kalinic. Kalinic, another one of those glue guys for this team. Actually, the leading three-point percentage, 64% from three is Kalinic, and also averaging double figures.
Micic against Sokołowski. Using the screen of Jokic, who gets in behind. Wants to answer back over the top of Balcerowski and puts the first foul on the young center.
Well, he had the arms up, but eventually kind of put his hands down on the contest. You'll see right here, Jokic obviously has size himself, and Balcerowski catches Jokic on the elbow. The thing about Jokic too, he hasn't taken more than 13 shots in the game, yet still getting 20 points per game. He is the definition of efficiency.
In terms of efficiency, 46 was his rating for that game on Tuesday when he did absolutely everything. Just edged by Luka Doncic's show in terms of having the best efficiency rating in a game at this tournament.
And he comes in averaging 31.5 in that efficiency rating. Scoring, rebounding, and assisting. As you see, Micic gets called for the foul.
Sal. Looking for one of his shooters, AJ Slaughter takes the three. He's been so hot and cold. Jokic coming at Balcerowski again. Wants to put a second foul in. Jokic so purposeful in the paint.
Well, 4 quick points already for the Joker.
Panicka gets it back from Sel. Serbia have their first lead. Sokołowski, three-point shot, closeout late from Micic, but it got nothing.
And Soko coming off a 24-point effort against the Netherlands. Their leading scorer the last time out as Slaughter and Panicka struggled.
Kalinic has been ultra efficient, but misses that one. 9 of 14 from the field before that miss. Slaughter onto Balcerowski. 2 baskets for him already.
And you saw the finish there again, the skill on display. And Slaughter and Panicka both do a great job of finding the big man inside.
We kind of highlighted that matchup before the opening tip. We've got 4 for Balcerowski, 4 for Jokic. Kalinic back out. Yaramaz, three-point shot. Drops for Serbia. Milutinov, who's yet to take part here in Prague, celebrates on the bench.
Yeah, Yaramaz not just in there for his defense, obviously matched up with Slaughter, but can also knock down the outside shot. Mirinkovic also back in the lineup for Serbia after missing the last 2.
Panicka wanted to find Balcerowski again, blocked off by Jokic. The ball was kicked. He's the focal point straight away, though.
You see Balcerowski with the finish again.
Sokołowski takes the 3 off front iron, misses. Serbia looking for the first 2-possession lead of the game. Kalinic just takes a calm and composed 3 in transition.
Kalinic typically spots up for 3. That one time, dribble pull-up.
With his efficiency, he wasn't going to miss 2 in a row. Slaughter gets it back from Balcerowski, then runs interference, looking for it inside, kicked again by Jokic. As they try and stop the entry pass into the big man.
There you see Kalinic, no hesitation, just getting more and more confident as the tournament goes along, 11 points per game.
Double figures in every game so far. Balcerowski, pass slightly deflected out to Sal, who takes the non-2 over the top of Lucic and gets it.
Aaron Sell, another one of those glue guys for this team. Hasn't been super consistent with the scoring.
He had that impressive performance in game 3 when he put up 13 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds and 3 steals, 0 turnovers. Hit 5 of his 7 shots. Serbian fans making a fantastic noise now here in Prague. Their team lead by 4. So much offensive firepower in this team. 10 points in the first 3.5 minutes. They're 3 of 4 from the field. There's a foul on Sokołowski, the 3rd on Poland already.
Well, Micic See there's Sokolowski called in for the reach. And Micic puts so much pressure on the defense. Obviously can distribute and set up his teammates, but also can look to score at any moment.
Micic not too far behind Jokic in terms of leading the way for Serbia at this tournament. 15.3 points, 7 assists, a team high. Jokic, well saved by Kalinic, didn't get it though. And Slaughter fouled at centre court by Yaramas.
Well, a rare turnover for Jokic. Comes in just 1.8 turnovers per game. As you see, Yaramas has gotten a couple steals that way. This time called for the hat.
Konica. Poland looking to make it a one-possession game again. Balcerovski's got 4 of their 6 points. Slaughter off one leg, misses the shot. And Jokic, we know he can handle the ball well in transition. Bounce pass on the money for Kalinic. And Balcerovski disrupting the shot, but Jokic so often there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, cleanup duty there from Jokic as Panicka tried to get the lob, but fortunately, possession will stay with Poland.
Panicka's been the main facilitator for Poland at this tournament, 6.5 assists a game. He played that position for Zenit with other players injured last season, but typically not a point guard. Here he is again, the captain. Always willing to do whatever's required for the team. Tipped away, Yaramas. Sal avoiding the foul as Yaramas came past him, then there's a whistle on Slaughter.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple turnovers here. Poland as Lucic. I just feel like Lucic and Kalinic, such great role players for this team. They're so unselfish. They do the little things. They scrap, they play defense, they run the floor. And lately they've been hitting shots as well.
Yeah, typical Serbian tenacity, particularly on the defensive end, and then efficiency on the offensive end for Coach Pesic's team as well. Yaramas deep inbound pass. Vasilija Micic onto Jokic. Little floater over the top of Sal. Jokic is at it again.
Well, he was perfect for a while the other night. Had 20 points in that first half.
20 perfect points.
Right.
At the half. Sokolowski, Balcerovski, able to recover, still 5 to shoot here. Sokolowski takes the 3 and he drills it over the top of Jokic.
Well, Poland needed that one. Just 1 of 4 so far from 3.
Jokic has 8 of Serbia's 14, this time passing on the responsibility to Lucic. Just commands so much attention in the paint.
Yeah, all eyes on Jokic when he has the ball, and his teammates know just to cut because he will find you.
Sal onto the corner. Step back, long range 2, Mihalek pops out, rebound Yaramas. Serbia looking to stretch a 7-point lead. Micic. Poland at 4 fouls now already. The next foul on their defense will send Serbia to the line. Nice passing into Kalinic, who gets it and 1.
Well, Micic gets things going with the skip pass. Defense shifts over. Quick feed inside Kalinic. And Balcerovski called for his 2nd foul. As you see the contact there, body to body.
It will slow Balcerovski down after his positive start. 2 fouls in the opening 5.5 minutes or so. Poland call a timeout with Serbia at the stripe looking to stretch this 9-point advantage.
Guys, hey, let's try to be on this pre-sack more. Let's be on a pre-sack when we're playing weak. When they're running this, they're looking for this. Let's try to get a steal, and let's make them pass the ball here. Soku, make a pressure so he is not passing the ball easy here. We have to be
well, Jokic goes to work. That could probably be the name of the documentary here in Prague, as he has been unstoppable. No surprise, obviously, in the NBA, averaging 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. And you can see why. Just puts himself in positions to succeed, and it makes it look so effortless.
The back-to-back NBA MVP having his way with whichever opposition it is here in Prague. Ultra efficient, 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. A couple of rebounds, an assist as well. We wondered how many minutes he would play here, with Serbia already securing their passage through to the last 16. But no rest for Poland. Jokic still on the floor, Mitsic as well. They do get a break from the strike though, the deficit is 9. Kalinic failing to complete a 3-point play. Bonitka. Up against Lucic, goes behind the back, trying to get away from the captain who sticks to him like glue, but called for a foul.
Bonitka wishes he had put the ball up on the rim. Would have some free throws. You see Lucic doing a good job sliding his feet and had the contest, but gets called for the foul.
Lucic, an all-EuroLeague first teamer with Bayern Munich when he guided them to their first ever EuroLeague playoffs 2 seasons ago. Kalinic, a former EuroLeague champion, checks out. He's just moved to Barcelona. 5 points for him so far. Bonitka, guarded by Yaromas. Finds the cutter into the lane, and a lovely shot from Zyskovsky.
Well, anything going down for Zyskovsky is a good sign. Comes in just 14% from the field in the tournament. He's been struggling.
2 of 14 before that one. Only 2.5 points a game. Jokic threatens the 3, little jab step. Wants to put it on the floor. Past Kalinic to the basket. Far too easy for the back-to-back MVP.
Lefty hook on the check, trying to stay in front.
He's got half of Serbia's 20. Bonitka working with Kalinic. And again, generating a bit of room. Got Yaromas up in the air, leans forward, passes on. Sokowowski misses the 3. Davidovac's looking down the floor. Jokic has always got to be the target. Kalinic riding his back. Tough matchup for anyone. Jokic puts it on the floor. Looks to pass far side, deflected, saved by Yaromas. Mitsic looking to slalom through the lane, and Kalinic able to shut him down.
Oh, nice pass, but Jokic read it perfectly.
Doing his bit on defense as well. And Mitsic this time gets the score, and Serbia lead by double figures.
Well, Poland's lack of depth potentially could be an issue, especially when Serbia has so many players that can contribute off the bench.
Sokowowski working with Kalinic. Gets it back, uses the screen to get away from Mitsic, but he's then faced by Jokic, who's called for the contact. So efficient in terms of not picking up fouls so often as well, Nikola Jokic. That's his first.
Yeah, you see Mitsic here, gets it to the lane. Usually he converts these little reverse layups, but Kalinic with the perfectly timed block. And the ovation for Jokic as he gets his first rest of the game.
He had the 20 perfect points in the first half of the last game. He's looking for another perfect half in this one. 10 points and 4 of 4 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from the line in the opening 8 minutes.
Again, Sokowowski coming off a great performance the other night against the Netherlands. 24 points on 8 of 10 from the field, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Although he did miss 4 free throws. And you see there, missing 1 here tonight.
10 the margins, 2 minutes of the first to play. Is there some rest for Poland with Jokic on the bench? Mitsic. Milutinov in for the first time in the tournament. Missed the first 2 games after being ill. And he's in, and in with a bang.
What a way to make your debut. Micic setting up his teammate in a two-handed throwdown.
No rest for Poland. One center coming in and doing the scoring in place of the other center, Jokic. Poland get a break here for the mid-ranger. It goes for Mihalek.
Kiss off the glass there for two.
Looked like he thought it was going to miss. Micic, 3 assists for him already. Passes far side, Davidovac for the 3, falls short. Poland needing to protect their backboard. And Serbia instead get a fresh 14.
There you see the pass inside, Milutinov throws it down. Micic, the pick and roll execution, perfect.
He's come back from a bad injury. Nikola Milutinov off over the last year or so. He was the most dominant rebounder, particularly the most dominant offensive rebounder in Europe before that injury. Here he is now. Hands it off to Micic. He'll set the sizable screen for Micic to try and get away from Slaughter. Micic down the edge of the paint. Davidovac on the cut. Produces the big finish as Micic pulls the strings. Davidovac looks to pull the rack down.
Already 4 assists for Micic. Davidovac, a little high riser.
All of the Serbian players can get in on the act, even those towards the bottom of the bench. Slaughter goes through a gap, passes on the responsibility. 3-point shot pops out for Ziskovski. And now they're at Micic's mercy. No-look pass. Jagodic Karija rubs salt in Poland wounds.
A no-look dime from Micic for assist number 5. I thought Jagodic Karija was going to dunk that.
No time for the pass from AJ Slaughter. And Serbia scintillating hot on game day 5 as they look to go perfect here in Prague. Micic, 5 assists without a turnover. Jagodic Karija and Davidovac, the recipients of the last 2. Serbia showing their full strength in depth. And Milutinov, of course, remember the big dunk as well. And Serbia builds steam ahead of Berlin. They lead Poland by 14 at the end of 1.
Well, no surprise, it's another perfect start for Poland. You see there 75% from the field, 83% from 2, and just for good measure, they knocked down a couple 3-pointers as well. Already 9 assists on their 12 field goals, just 1 turnover. Again, they have been a well-oiled machine here. This is the best version of Serbian basketball we've seen in quite a while.
We knew it was going to be tough for Poland. It started fairly well. Balcerowski a couple of early field goals. But he got 2 fouls, had to check out. And the Serbian sharpshooters stepped up. Jaromaz one of their 2 threes, Kalinic the other. And they have built a 14-point lead at the end of 10 minutes, 28 points in the quarter. This Serbian team, who ranks 2nd in scoring, 1st in field goal percentage. Jokic is perfect. 10 points for him so far. They're 1st in assists as well. And commit the 2nd fewest turnovers in the tournament.
I mean, they're
hard to see who's going to stop them.
Right, they're basically top 5 in every meaningful category. But the one that's most impressive to me, obviously you mentioned the top scoring team, 1st in points allowed across EuroBasket. So not only do they score the most, they allow the least. And that's a recipe for success and a recipe for disaster for any of their opponents.
You can see all of those last 16 games from Berlin on the courtside 1891 app. AJ Slaughter, he's followed great games with off days so far at this tournament. At the moment it's an off day, but plenty of time to put it right. Poland down 14. Jagodic Karija hands off to Guduric. Another player who can step up with points for them, Davidovac. Milutinov muscling his way into position in the paint, and a foul on the defense.
Keep in mind, we haven't seen Nemanja Nedovic, who started the last couple games and played well. Obviously, Marinkovic also on the bench at the moment, recovering from an illness.
Yeah, Marinkovic back on the bench in this one. Nedovic is not going to play again here at EuroBasket 2022 after working his way back to fitness. So Serbia will be a little bit short-handed, but so many players who can pick up the slack. Yaramaz misses that one. Davidovac throwing himself at the rebound. Poland ball though. Slaughter.
Slaughter's got to look to create off the dribble.
Around the screen of Olenicak, who takes a position inside. It bypasses him to the far side. Three-point shot misses for Garbac, who has hit a few recently. Davidovac. Guduric, the trailer, penetrates the paint and goes right down the jugular of the Poland defense. Free spot on the floor for the mid-range floater that falls for Poland.
Yeah, Garbac has really improved again as the tournament went on. Didn't get heavy minutes in the first few games, but now 56% from three. Has played better.
Davidovac. Milutinov against Olenicak. Looking to draw attention. Thought he was fouled, but even when Serbia miss, there's somebody following in to score. Davidovac. And 14 of 20 from the field, Serbia, and they've grabbed offensive rebounds on 3 of those 6 misses. We knew it was going to be tough for Poland. Even 12 minutes in, it's become a mountain to climb, down 16. And a block as well. No room to breathe. Jagidic Karica doing the dirty work.
Yeah, even Jagidic Karica giving them some positive minutes off the bench every game.
Poland still land a blow from the perimeter in the blink of an eye.
The long two.
Jagidic Karica hands off to Guduric, to Milutinov, looking to get himself fit for the last 16, his first appearance. Offers so much size when Jokic checks out. Milutinov is jostling for position and earns a trip to the foul line against Jeva.
The Serbian offense clicking on all cylinders. Getting great position inside here. Milutinov head to the free throw line.
It's not been too much of a break for him. It's his first game of this tournament, but he did play in the World Cup qualifier window right before the start of EuroBasket. He played 14.5 minutes in the crunch win over Greece in Belgrade. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, a steal and a block. That was in front of 19,000 at the Stark Arena. Serbia beating Giannis Antetokounmpo in Greece in overtime. (15) the lead here over Poland, 2.5 minutes into the second. 16 the lead now. Slaughter, Mihalek, far side, Garbac misses the 3. Milutinov the rebound. Davidovac. Yaramaz, one of those players who can step up on any given game day. They've got so many of them. Davidovac, the one stepping up here. Dejan Davidovac with 7 in 7 minutes.
Well, he's played very well off the bench today after not even getting off the bench in the game against Israel. DNP coach's decision.
Serbia by 19. Slaughter turns it over. Davidovac down the floor. Far side, razzle dazzle from Yaramaz. Gets it back. Negric Korija slows it down, calls for Milutinov. Up against Jeva. Milutinov looking to back in, help defense. Comes across into the paint. Trying to butch the defense out of the way and then just forcing the finish over the top of Jeva.
Well, the bench continuing to produce here. That's now 17 points from their bench compared to just 8 for Poland. They already have 26 points in the paint compared to just 4 for Poland. So they're killing them from outside and inside. You see the initial behind the back pass. 13 from 16 inside the arc. Serbia, 73% overall. Unstoppable.
With good screen here, and then if they curl, and then you go. I want between you two to these screens. Open up, open up. Here in shooting green. First screen here to break the pressure. Bring it, come get the ball here. And if they trail, and they will trail. Go like this. We try one time.
A true demonstration of their strength in depth. 5 assists, 0 turnovers for Micic as we take a look at his contribution. But even with Micic and Jokic going to the bench, the dominance has continued.
Yeah, 11-4 run here to start the second quarter. And Micic, just the unselfish nature of this team on full display.
He's facilitating everybody. The leading creator for Serbia at this tournament. Shouldn't forget, back-to-back Final Four MVP in the EuroLeague, League MVP 2 seasons ago, top scorer this past season as well, leading Efes to back-to-back championships. 21, the lead has ballooned to for Serbia. 4 minutes into the second, Sokołowski. There's a foul on Guduric.
Well, Panitka, we haven't called his name too much. Has yet to take a shot, still scoreless. So is Slaughter. So again, another game with these two, the formidable backcourt. We've seen them combine for 40+ points in a game, but like you said, they've struggled in others.
Just the 1 assist so far for Panitka as well. He's hoping for one here, and Mihalak makes sure that's the case.
Mihalak, their leading scorer at 7 points.
He's almost getting towards must-make territory for Poland. Down by as many as 21. Milutinov fouled by Sokołowski, who's blowing a fuse. Can't believe the call. Poland feeling like nothing's going their way.
I see Milutinov here. Hard to say.
You can understand the Polish frustration. And Sokołowski's called for his second. Igor Milicic having things explained to him on the bench. Milutinov, though, he's just added muscle and firepower when we thought Serbia were already unstoppable, winning their first 4 in comprehensive fashion. He comes in, 6 points in 6 minutes on his first appearance. Seska Center at the line, tagging to that tally. Plenty of these Serbian fans will be going to the German capital, and I imagine joined by many more. They're hoping and anticipating that they go deep into this tournament. Milutinov hitting his foul shots, 4 of 4. The lead is 20. Ziskovski foul. That's the second on Serbia in the second.
So Balcerowski comes back onto the floor with his 2 personal fouls. Again, they definitely need him. When he was on when they were at their best.
Hasn't played since the opening 5 minutes or so, picking up those 2 fouls. He's got 4 points, hitting both of his shots so far. Skovski blocks off down the baseline. Jagodic Kurica the steal. Mitsic. 4th steal for Serbia already. They're the only turnovers that Poland have had. Mitsic misses the 3. Rebound Mihalek.
We talked about Serbia's impressive stats. They are also second in steals and 9.5 per game as Balcerowski can't hit the 3.
Milutinov the rebound again. Mitsic. Forced away by the big body of Balcerowski, who's got to try and guard Milutinov now. And can't get the better of him in the matchup of the 2 bigs.
Well, 10 points in your first 7 minutes of action, while everyone else has had 4 games of maybe he's just fresh. We'll put it that way. Tough pass.
Balcerowski just about got down to handle it, and then free to rock the rack was Sokołowski, showing he's got some springs in his sneakers.
Yeah, the Soko bounce as Balcerowski picks up the assist. It's already his 3rd one, and he comes in averaging 3 assists per game. So again, does so many good things for this team. They just need to keep him on the floor.
Milutinov now level with Jokic as Serbia's top scorer. The 2 centers have 10 each. There's Guduric. Rides the turbulence to score. Balcerowski, 22, ties the largest lead. Mitsic takes it away, and it opens up for the layup. A little bit of anticipation amongst these fans that he might go for the dunk.
Well, just a crafty play there defensively from Mitsic. Balcerowski with his back to the defense.
Serbia off the back of those steals, picking Poland apart. Chance of a 3-point play for Skovski though.
Oh, nice feed from Panitka, able to thread the needle inside of Skovski.
5 Serbian steals that have led to 8 fast break points. And Milutinov hears it from these fans as he goes to the bench. 10 points in 9 minutes, 3 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line.
Things not going to get easier with Jokic back on the floor for these last 3 minutes.
Jagodic Kurica looking to pass off to Guduric. And they've called it a turnover. Guduric not happy with the call.
Well, here you see Balcerowski with a nice feed inside. Sokołowski left wide open under the rim.
We've talked about Balcerowski's passing as well as his finishing ability around the rim. That's his 3rd assist. He's only played 8 minutes. Łukasz Kolenda, who doesn't get too many minutes in for Poland, handling the ball for them. Gets it back from Sokołowski. On to the corner to Panitka. Up against Guduric. Jokic there for help. 5 to shoot. Panitka. Pass deflected, out of bounds. Clock carried on running a little bit.
Panitka really needs to get into a groove here offensively. Start attacking.
Just 2 to shoot. Long 2 if it goes, and it does. Poland just trying to hang around.
They've hit a couple of long 2s, but even stepped behind that line.
Jokic. Goes across to help Guduric. It goes the other way to the corner to Mitsic. Perfect pass, Kalinic. Almost like Serbia are toying with Poland. And even when they miss, the offensive rebound. And Mitsic gets the points.
Well, that's somewhat unforgivable as the ball bounces off of a defensive rebound opportunity and no one going for it. Gonna need to hustle.
And it's the guard who gobbles it up. Sokołowski to Sell. Panitka. Wants to take on Jokic.
That's more like it.
Body weight was moving the wrong way. Panitka spotted his moment to pounce. Jagodic Karija will take a three. Can they get it beneath 20, Poland? Kalenda. Sal draws the foul from Micic as he tried to spin towards the baseline. Serbia's fourth.
Here you see Kalinic takes the three, rebound, drops. Micic picks it up with an easy two.
6 points, 5 assists for Micic now. Balcerovski off to Panitka. Panitka bursting to the basket and then exploding. The captain trying his very best to haul his team back into contention.
Timeout on the floor as Serbian coaching staff not liking the defense on that particular possession.
Still an 18-point lead for Serbia.
Ovdje. Vaso. Pravina. Petica. Dalina ovdje. Pravi reček. I odavde. Da ga nađemo tu. Tu tamo. Nisi na dvojici.
Poland doing their best to try and stay alive against one of the best teams on the continent, having trailed by as many as 22 within 18.
Well, they got a little burst off the bench from Michalak, who has played pretty well. And of course, Panitka on that last little drive and dunk. But the Serbian offense, 69% from the field. They're 17 to 20 inside the arc. You see Michalak already surpassing his average here in the first half.
Remember, Poland are third in the group with a defeat, which I believe would see them match up with the Ukraine from Group C, providing Italy beat Great Britain this evening. And if Poland win, it's top spot and Italy. But at the moment, it's looking like a huge last 16 tie between Serbia and Italy.
Well, Serbia will be looking for redemption if that matchup comes to fruition after Italy knocked them out of the OQTs and a chance at the Olympics in Belgrade last summer. At the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Pretty crazy atmosphere, honestly, and Italy played a phenomenal tournament all the way through and a phenomenal game in the final. Of course, no Jokic in that one.
Jokic hands off to Micic here. Final minute of the first half. Serbia up by 18. Micic, long pass to the corner. Jagodic Karija, shot put down to 3. Backing in, kicks it back out. Jokic to show his range. The MVP beats the buzzer.
Balcerovski has to close out a little bit harder than that with the shot clock winding down. You know Jokic can hit it. It stays perfect.
13 perfect points in the first half to follow 20 perfect points in the first half of the last game, and he hears chants of MVP around the arena in Prague.
So shot clock and game clock nearly identical following that turnover, so one shot here for Serbia.
A conversion with the final shot of the first half would make it the out-and-out largest lead of the game for Serbia. Currently up 21, 8 to shoot. Micic to work with Jokic. Micic desperate to find Jokic, who was guarded, and then an unsportsmanlike call against Nikola Jokic, who doesn't show that kind of emotion too often.
Jokic, see here, knocks down the 3. Having a spirited conversation with the officials off screen, and there Balcerovski hands down on the closeout.
Second foul on Micic, on Jokic rather, but the unsportsmanlike means free throws and possession for Poland, who will have 2.3 seconds.
Well, now Kalenda can say that he drew a unsportsmanlike foul on the NBA MVP.
Kalenda, the 23-year-old guard, knocking both foul shots down, makes it a 19-point margin. Can Poland do something? AJ Slaughter still sits. It's been a tough half for him and his team. Panicka to inbound to Balcerowski. The center misses the three at the buzzer. He's capable from distance, and he's so frustrated with himself that he walks away, punching his own temples. But that's what Serbia can do to you. Up by 19 at the half as they look to go a perfect 5-0 here in Prague. Serbia 52, Poland 33.
Well, just when you thought Serbia could not play any better, they put together a nearly perfect half of basketball. 70% shooting overall, 85% from two, knocked down 4 threes, get to the free throw line, 15 assists already in that half. You see the rebounding numbers doubled up on Poland, only 3 turnovers, and also playing some great defense on top of it all. Jokic leads all scorers with 13, Militinov in just 7 minutes of action, 10 points. And David Ubat's also one of the top scorers, so you know Serbia's playing very well.
Yeah, and just when you think they can't get any stronger, Nikola Militinov comes in, scores 10 points in 9 minutes on his first appearance in the competition. Balcerowski and Poland starting okay, but a couple of early fouls seeing him to the bench. And Serbia have done it inside and out. So many weapons. And so much optimism heading towards Berlin.
Yeah,
Poland just 2 of 12 on the outside. That was one from Sokołowski. They need the threes to fall.
Yeah, they've done a good job inside the yard, 12 of 15, shooting 80% on 2-pointers and 52% overall. But the 3-pointers have been the difference. Just missing too many of those. And obviously 6 turnovers. And AJ Slaughter still scoreless.
Yeah, AJ Slaughter said he'd followed great games with off days so far. 23 points, 9 field goals the first day, 4 points, 1 field goal the second game, 24 points, 9 field goals the third, and then 6 points with just 2 field goals in the last game. So he's due the great game. It'll have to be a great second half, and Poland need all of their stars to step up. Down by 19 at halftime to Serbia. And we're seeing how good a team Serbia are at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, you mentioned Slaughter needing to get it going. He's been so effective kind of on a catch and shoot situation when he's open. Also obviously can hit out the dribble, but they need to get him some open looks. See if he can get some kind of rhythm going.
Micic, the best facilitator in the game, 5 assists to go along with 6 points for him in the 16 minutes he's had on court. Poland led creatively by 4 assists from the captain, Panicka, who burst to the basket for a big dunk as well, but had a small stitch and a wide open wound for the Poles at halftime. Serbia 52, Poland 33 at the half in the final game of Group D here at the O2 Arena in Prague.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Doncic up, crossed him up. Poirier comes back, but it's too late.
Different type of scoring game so far for Doncic today, using the 3 as a weapon.
corner. Tsanadze goes up. Tsanadze, the follow-up by Guga Batanze. Well. Look at Korkmaz now, throwing it down here to Alfred Schenken. Spins around. Schenken, oh, baby! Alfred Schenken with the throwdown.
Unbelievable.
Finds effort, gets rejected by Nurkic.
Handoff now, Retin. Obase's gonna pull up it, takes it. Obase got it! Uncle Retin Obasehan. I mean, the doctor, professor, but he is Uncle Retin. One-legged. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Obasehan.
And the alley-oop, and that's how you throw it down for France. Rudy Gobert.
And this time it runs once like Drobniak now. Drobniak turns around, end of the third quarter. Fading away, out of bounds, and I think he may have injured himself.
Beautiful.
They get it to Sabonis. And oh, Bukavicius finishes. Sabonis not able to get it done. And that was an exclamation mark on the comeback here for Lithuania in this FIBA EuroBasket. Gobert! Well, Rudy Gobert makes his decision and renders it.
Oh. Wow.
He's not done. Wow. Here's Doncic. Oh!
Are you kidding me?
It's like he's in his backyard, in the driveway. He is just, well, he's not from this planet.
Serbia up by 19 over Poland at half-time in the final game of Group D here at the O2 Arena in Prague. As we take a look at the top scorers for the two teams, Michal Michalek, 7 points to lead Poland. And that rather sums it up for them. He's 3 of 4 from the field for those 7 points, but none of their big hitters have stepped up to the plate in the big game. 4 points for Balcerowski. AJ Slaughter scoreless. Panitka 4 points along with 4 assists. They're shooting an okay percentage on the interior, more than okay, at 80%, but they're only 2 of 12 on the perimeter, and they've committed 3 more turnovers and given up 2 extra offensive rebounds. And Serbia are just unloading all of their offensive firepower. Poland getting a good contribution from Michalek, but they need star players to step up if they're to have any chance of the comeback. They've trailed by as many as 22, and opening up the big lead early on was Nikola Jokic. 13 perfect points, sat out a large part of the second quarter. And those 13 points on 5 of 5 shooting, including a 3, and 2 of 2 at the foul line, coming in 11 minutes on court. Josh Davis alongside me, Tim Long, here in Prague, and here in this arena, he has just been impeccable.
Yeah, he has not disappointed. Obviously, everyone kind of circled this group and realized that Jokic will probably be the best player. Well, definitely be the best player. And, you know, obviously when you're this focal point of the Serbian national team, it typically comes with a lot of pressure, right? And he has lived up to the pressure. Everyone knows this is his team. Obviously, no Bogdan Bogdanovic in this particular lineup due to recovery from an injury. But the combination of Micic and Jokic, it just works, right, from a basketball standpoint. And like we talked about the other day, they're not only the two top scorers, they're the two top assist men on this team. They play so unselfish, and Jokic never misses, so that also helps. He's 5 of 5 from the field so far, 2 of 2 from the foul line, knocked down a three-pointer just for good measure.
Micic facilitating some of those baskets. He's got 5 assists along with 6 points at the half. Bogdan Bogdanovic was the star of the 2017 silver medal winning team for Serbia. And they're missing NBA champion Nemanja Bjelica, who didn't quite make it ahead of this tournament. Fellow NBAers Aleksej Pokusevski, Nikola Jovic missing as well. Milos Teodosic cut before the tournament from the final 12. Such a wealth of talent that Serbia possess. And we shouldn't forget, they've added, for the first time here tonight, Nikola Milutinov in that center position to back up Jokic. And he has 10 points in 9 minutes and only missed 1 shot.
Yeah, if you're the Polish team and you see Jokic go to the bench, maybe you breathe a sigh of relief. And then Milutinov with his force on the interior and his skill set, no room to rest, no space to breathe, nothing going for Poland so far, especially on the defensive end. And again, like you said, they've shot the ball well, over 50%, but it just hasn't been enough.
We've talked about the offensive weapons that Serbia possess, the defense just as good. Their fans enjoying what they're seeing so far. There will be sterner tests to come, but they look more than ready to end that 20-year wait for a gold medal on the international stage. Coach Pesic on the bench to win the 2002 World Cup. They lost 2 group games in that campaign, had all kinds of problems trying to change their style. I think now in the modern era we associate Serbian basketball not just with quality on the offensive end, but tenacity on the defensive end as well. And Coach Pesic has said that in the lead up to that 2002 World Cup campaign, it was all about preparing their game to face the USA, knowing they would have to beat them to get the gold. And he said they couldn't play their trademark transition game, instead had to learn to play strong defense, strict offense, holding on to the ball. He says that went against his players' characteristics and brought about some of those early problems and disagreements that they had, but they got there in the end and did what they had to do when it mattered the most. And now it's a staple of the Serbian game, that defensive tenacity and organization.
Yeah, it's a generation of basketball players in Serbia who just came up with the understanding that we're typically going to be very skilled, we're going to be able to shoot, we're going to be able to pass, but if we can play defense as well, it's going to make us hard to beat. And that's exactly been the case for many, many years. Granted, like we said, they've gotten, and I still think a lot needs to be said about the fact that you get to a gold medal game, right? A lot of teams would do anything to just medal. If you recall the Australia, the 2019 World Cup, for them the bronze medal, it meant everything. So, a silver medal, granted, it means you're going out in the loss, but you have to win a lot of games to put yourself in that position, and that can't be overlooked.
And that 2002 team, if I can get my words out, beat USA by 3 in the quarterfinals, beat New Zealand in the semis, and then Argentina in the final for the gold. And you're right, the vast majority of teams would be desperate for a place on the podium. But for this Serbia team here, I think there'll be disappointment if it was anything but gold.
Yeah, I agree. And again, Serbia is just a population of under 7 million people, right? It's a small country, but with a very strong basketball tradition. And although a lot of countries love basketball, the way that it's played and kind of consumed in Serbia, it's like nothing else. And you can see, Poland, they're on the rise. We know that at the World Cup, they played very, very well, finished in the top 10. Had a couple big wins there. Obviously, they're ranked, top 13 in the world right now, but there's still a little bit of a gap between Poland and Serbia.
Serbia currently ranked 6th in the world, Poland 13th. Poland's best achievement at this level, silver. Back at EuroBasket on home soil in 1963. Prior to that 2001 EuroBasket gold that Svetislav Pešić navigated Serbia to, they'd also won medals at this event, gold medals at this event in 97 and 95 when they were back-to-back champions. Also losing finalists in 2009 against Spain, and of course at the last edition in 2017 against Slovenia. You can check all of those facts as well as the stats and highlights on the official EuroBasket app. Seen some big comebacks in this group across the course of the week. This would have to be the biggest of the lot, with Serbia having led by as many as 22 and up by 19 at the half against Poland. No rest for the wicked. Jokic starts on the floor, as does Micic for Serbia, and AJ Slaughter and Panicka need to get their team going. Here is Slaughter looking for his first points, and it's the perfect start to the second half for them. They cut the deficit to 16.
Well, as we talked about at the break, he needs to get a catch and shoot look. And on the very first possession, Panicka feeds him for that three. Can that get him into a rhythm?
5th assist for Panicka, and only the 3rd three of the game for Poland. They were 2 of 12 in the first half. And he said the threes needed to fall, and then Serbia start the 3rd with a turnover as well. So game on.
A 3 and a stop. Can't get much better than that for Poland. You see Micic a little late on the closeout. Slaughter squares up, knocks it down.
Panicka to Slaughter again. He might look towards Balcerovski, goes the other way. There is the entry pass for the big man. He's got a height advantage at the moment, but Jokic moves to guard the paint, and Balcerovski, usually an excellent passer, throws it away. Micic. Working with Jokic far side, guarded by Panicka. Jokic not letting Balcerovski rest after that turnover at the other end. He wriggles underneath and finds the perfect finish.
Yeah, it seemed like the angle was cut off, but the footwork and the skills, able to lay it in softly on the reverse side.
6 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line, 15 perfect points for Jokic. Balcerovski answers back though.
Balcerovski showing his soft touch yet again.
The key for Balcerovski not picking up that 3rd foul after 2 early on. Grabs the rebound there. And Poland can look to cut this down beneath 16. Panicka arriving at pace. Strip midair.
That's the first I hadn't seen Balcerovski get a rebound and push the tempo, but showing off some ball handling skills as well. Feeding Panicka in transition, and Poland fortunate to maintain possession after the strip.
Slaughter into Panicka. Balcerovski calling for the high pass again up against Jokic. Certainly showing no fear against the back-to-back MVP, but he can't get the bounce. And Poland can't get their back-to-back scores. And there is foul number 3 on Balcerovski.
Well, he's doing his best to play off-the-ball defense, wants to be a little bit physical with Jokic, make it hard for him to make a catch, and right there called for the hold. And of course, Jokic, we talked about everything he does, but he's also so smart.
Crafty.
Yeah, just puts the defenders at his mercy.
Guduric passes on when he had the chance to shoot himself, and Lucic does it. Such an unselfish Serbian team. That's assist number 16. Siskovski misses the 3. And Serbia can push the lead to 20 or beyond again. Guduric to Lucic, looking to go down the baseline, misses. Balcerovski the rebound. Panicka, Jokic just backed off him a little bit. And Panicka made the NBA pay on the perimeter.
Yeah, good looking shot there from Panicka. He's 3 of 3 from the field, 6 assists. Just needs to continue to be more aggressive.
And then the turnover as well. And Panitka again over the top of the NBA. A piece is picked up on the backboard instead and put in. And Poland are not done yet. They close the gap to 13 from 22 down.
Turning defense into instant offense. After Slaughter pokes the ball away first, let's see. Nice little action here. Hesitation from Goodrich, drops it off to Lucic for the easy two. And on the other end, again, once you see that Goodrich pass and Lucic finish. And here, Balcerowski, a little behind the back feed. Panitka can't finish, but here comes Moskovski for the putback in transition, and timeout on the floor. 10-4 run here early in the third.
Nakon toga da se odigra two down, second offense. Za Gudura, kad on krene ovde, kad ga ti navučeš, da krenemo, da eventualno potražimo njega ovde, a da on odigra na njega.
Forcing the timeout from Coach Pesic on the Serbian bench. This 10-4 start to the second half for Poland, with Balcerowski playing a key part of it. 6 points for him on 3 of 6 shooting, 3 assists, 2 rebounds so far. The ultimate test for the 21-year-old centre tonight against Nikola Jokic. Let's see what Serbia have off the back of the timeout, with their lead cut to 13. A turnover, not what Coach Pesic was calling for. And then a big collision. It's an offensive foul drawn by Kalinic, who planted himself in harm's way.
That's a very tough call. Balcerowski seemed like he was set, and that's what a screen is. You get your feet set and hold still, that the defender runs into you. Typically a foul on the defender.
Perfectly planted. Foul number 4 in 14 minutes on the understandably unhappy Balcerowski.
So 4th personal foul, and what a tough momentum swing after they just got a steal, a stop. Had a chance to cut the deficit even lower.
It's the first time you sensed the comeback was possible for Poland.
Aaron Gordon has just made his way here in Prague, catching his Nuggets teammate Jokic in action.
Jeva the rebound off Guduric's miss. Slaughter looking to reduce the arrears a little bit further. Again, contact a long way from the perimeter, a foul on Guduric this time. First on Serbia in this third quarter, third on Guduric.
Guduric holding Panitka, you see him reaching around.
Panitka inside to Gemma, up against Lucic, can't convert, grabs his own rebound, can't get it the second time. And Guduric comes up with the ball eventually.
Jokic providing the rim protection on that one.
And then on the offensive end, his first miss of the game. Panitka turns it over in transition though, and Jokic wasn't going to keep missing. Right back in action, he bites again.
Well, Jokic rewarded for the cherry picking in the discussion with the ref as his teammates bailed him out.
Jeva
continues to
missing
struggle.
out on so much without Balcerowski on the floor. 15 the lead for Serbia, and looking to stretch it here. Jokic now has 17 points. Up against Zizkovski. Jeva with the tough assignment. Shot clock ticking down, he'll take the foul.
Jokic, lines lit up there with the matchup. See there, the push in the back. Jokic obviously accentuating the contact. And here the steal from Goodrich and the feed up ahead to Jokic.
And the fouls racking up now for Poland. Midway point of the quarter, that's their 4th. Second is Zizkovski, who goes to the bench. Aaron Sell comes in. I do feel like that 4th foul on Balcerowski is a game changer in terms of us having a game here in the second half. Still 15.
Yeah, Serbia,
15 minutes to play.
Only 6 points for Serbia in these first 5 minutes, so Polish defense has picked up. And shot clock did not start.
The problem for Poland, 15 is not a huge deficit, but you just can't see this Serbian defense with their strength in depth. The level of player they have to bring in and do the dirty work, you can't see them slipping that significantly.
Coach Pesic calling that timeout when he just kind of got a sniff of a run coming and seemingly put an end to that.
Micic to inbound. Lucic. Jokic versus Panitka, who's a Polish defender but gives it some size. Panitka grabs it as the help defense comes across, suffocates Jokic. Sal to Panitka. Sokołowski couldn't grab it. And Poland pretty much have to play the perfect game for the next 14.5 minutes. They have protected the ball fairly well throughout this tournament, Poland. They came into this game ranking 6th in assists and 21 assists on average, 11.3 turnovers. Good ratio. Micic. Back to Kalinic. He knocks down the 3. And Serbia weren't going to slow down for too long. $18 the lead. Panitka thought about the 3. Keeps hold of the ball. Jeva looks to help him manufacture some room. Sokołowski almost couldn't handle a game. Panitka right in the corner, got nothing. And Micic, the quick release. And Goodrich gets it to go and appreciates the pass from his teammate.
Well, Poland out of sorts the last couple of possessions offensively, but Micic, yet again, beautiful pass up ahead. And Goodrich, the lefty, goes to the reverse on the offhand. And that's another couple of assists for Micic. Give him 7 on the night, his average. And even when it's a tough pass and the baseline skips it out to the wing, still results in a 3-pointer.
Come here, Lucas. Mateus, run to the corner immediately here. Aaron, you are in this corner. So when you get here, then it's going to be good handoff, good screen. And when you get the ball in this area, please look for the passes. Don't dribble the ball. First pass, we have open shots here. Okay? Now, you go off the screen and look for Mateus. If Mateus gets the ball, then you're going to get the ball. Okay? So run all the way here.
Poland's shooting percentages we saw in that timeout are decent. They've matched Serbia in terms of offensive rebounds. We do have +3 turnovers, but the major disparity between these two teams at the moment as the Serbian fans get on their feet in appreciation and celebration is that Serbia are just ultra efficient on the offensive end. 10 points in limited time for Milutinov. They're shooting 75% from 2, 45% from 3, 86 at the line.
Back to 20-point game as well.
For all of Poland's positivity since half-time, Serbia now edging the third quarter. Looking to work again off the back of the 11th turnover from Poland. Jokic, guarded by Jeva. Backing him down, edge of the paint, spins baseline and a foul. And that will put Jokic on the strike.
Jokic on the block. That's where he goes to work. Jeva with his hands full.
He'll look to add to his 17 points and 5 rebounds. No hint at the triple-double in this one, just the 1 assist so far for Jokic. Still time for the double-double. He has, at this tournament here in Prague, become the first ever Serbian at EuroBasket to record 3 straight double-doubles. And we're still waiting for that triple-double. We know he's capable. Jokic out on 19 points, and Milutinov comes in on 10. And they're still the only 2 double-digit scorers for Serbia, who've spread the rest of their points around. 22 is the lead. Shot clock down to 2. Sokołowski for 3.
Guduric
well
got a
short.
piece.
Guduric with his fingernails. Milutinov. Looking to show he can pass as well, and it's tipped out of bounds.
Well, it seems like possession will go back over to Poland as Jokic Kurica have a little deflection on it.
They lose it at centre court. Sokołowski recovers in the backcourt. Half of the shot clock remaining. Cross bodies with Yaramaz.
Nice pass.
Beautiful play from Poland off the broken play in the limited time. Olejniczak the score. (20) the margin. 2 minutes and change remaining in the third. Needs to be a big 2 minutes, you feel, for Poland to stand any chance of making it close. Milutinov wants to get right back at Olejniczak. Olejniczak does well to force the miss.
It's the second team foul on Serbia, as you see here. Nice feed inside. Olejniczak with a little finish. Sokołowski, beautiful pass on the pick and roll. So both teams kind of cooling off offensively. That being said, Serbia still 65% from the field.
Kalenda. Sokołowski. Kalenda again. Several role players on the floor for Poland. 3-point shot, far side, misses for Garbac. And Guduric going through the gears and all the way to the basket. Yet another steal for Serbia, their 10th of the game.
They just passed their average, and Guduric especially has had a couple nice steals. And 8 points now for the lefty as Kalenda. A little response.
Rare basket for the 23-year-old. Yaramaz, who's only got 3 points so far, capable of heating up quickly. Guduric, fouled by Garbac, and that will send him to the line. Guduric a chance to become the 3rd Serbian scorer to double figures.
There you see the arms getting tangled up. Here's that steal by Guduric, and it pushes it out ahead. former Memphis Grizzly.
Again, capable of doing a bit of everything. Guduric, 8 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals.
Showing he's more than just a spot-up shooter. Guduric comes in averaging 8 points per game. Has struggled a little bit from beyond the arc, just 33%, but is at an 88% free throw clip.
Part of that team that won silver at the last EuroBasket. Back for a second spell with Fenerbahce in Turkey. (22) the lead again for Serbia. And Davidovac will come in. He's got 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Just an excellent spread on the offensive end. Could tie or surpass the largest lead of the game here. Kalinic. Yaramaz. Milutinov rolls inside. Sokolowski trying to make sure there's no room for Kalinic on the perimeter. He's going to pull up and take it over the top of Sokolowski and strings it. Kalinic, cold and clinical.
He's now in double figures. That's his 3rd three. Again, he's been the most efficient three-point shooter in the tournament. Over 60%. Final seconds here.
3 to shoot, end of the 3rd. Sokolowski gets the open 3 and answers right back in the nick of time.
They definitely needed that one. And at the end of 3, 72-50, Serbia still a comfortable lead. Will we see Jokic again here in Prague?
Before that buzzer beater, it was the largest lead at 25. At the end of 3, though, Serbia 72, Poland 50. In the end of 20-17. 3rd quarter for Serbia, despite Poland's positive start. And they cut a 22-point deficit down to 13. We're moving in the right direction. Altsurovski, though, picked up fouls 3 and 4, and that sucked the wind out of their sails. Panicka leads them creatively with 6 assists, also 7 points. Nobody on double digits yet for Poland. Serbia just ultra efficient all week long here in Prague. Tonight they're 73% from 2, 50% on the perimeter, 91% on the foul line, and playing pretty good defense as well. Off their 10th steal, Guduric gets through for the score. He's now got 10 points, 4 Serbians in double digits. Milutinov has 10 as well, 11 for Kalinic, and 19 for Nikola Jokic. Milutinov will start the 4th quarter. And as you say, Josh, we saw a bang to the knee earlier for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why risk Nikola Jokic? Serbia up by 22. Start of the 4th, and barring an implosion, they will finish 5-0, and along with Greece, go unbeaten through the 1st round. 3 to shoot. Poland playing intense defense on that opening possession of the 4th, but Milutinov follows up. A Serbian blockbuster. $12 points for him now. Sokolowski hit a 3 right at the end of the 3rd. Can't hit one at the start of the 4th.
Well, hopefully we get another look at that Milutinov tip. As you see, Yaramaz step back three. Milutinov has the inside position and a tip dunk. The big man doing his thing here in his first action in Prague.
A powerful putback from the 2 meters 13 center, who is back fit and firing. Mitsic, 7 assists with just 1 turnover. Doubles that tally.
Mitsic claiming there was a deflection on that pass, but turnover for him, just his second. So Jokic, 19 points on the night, just about his average.
And only missing 1 shot.
18 minutes.
Kalenda. It's a goal attempt against Jagodic Karija. The points count for Łukasz Kalenda.
Jagodic Karija showing you the bounce there for the 35-year-old. He had a dunk the other night and kind of got up for that block.
8 points for Kalenda now, the 23-year-old, in just 8 minutes. Hasn't played too much of the tournament until this one.
Now you see Poland in a 1-3-1 defense just to change things up.
Yaramaz got free for the 3, and he hurts them.
Well, you go into a zone and the three-pointers tend to bust you out of that zone.
25 ties the largest lead. That was their 7th 3 at 50%. Kalenda with a nice whipped pass to the corner as well. And Sell converts.
And a foul underneath. I think the basket still counts. Olenicek kind of wiping out Mitsic. You see the three-pointer from Sell. And last time down, Kalenda getting all the way to the basket. The goaltending.
11 is the closest anybody's been to Serbia so far here in Prague. It's double that at the moment. Milutinov.
Nice cut.
Davidovac, the far side. Yaramaz into the lane. Turns it over in traffic. Jagodic Karija will never give up on a play, and that's tremendous hustle from him as he takes a tumble towards the bench.
They're going to call it a shot clock violation. Although you didn't hear the buzzer go off, the possession never changed. So the shot clock should have reset. Great hustle from both sides, though.
Here's the ultimate basketball battler, Jagodic Karija. And he's had his one highlight reel moment here in Prague as well. Kalenda. Foot to the sideline and a turnover. Tough to take for Sokolowski.
Yeah, lack of spatial awareness. Sokolowski, you know, the veteran, been with his team for a few years.
Mitsic throwing it to the corner. Yaramaz quick entry pass to Milutinov. Up to Davidovac. Jagodic Karija towards the double team, gets fouled by Sell. 3rd foul on Poland already.
See Sell here, gets called on the reach. Felt like he got the ball. And Sell, the French-Polish player. Now playing in Poland, but grew up in France.
Mitsic to Davidovac. And he hits double figures as well. It's 5 for Serbia already, and that the 9th assist for Vasa Mitsic.
And an offensive foul. Great defense from Yaramaz, giving up his body to create another possession. And Slaughter will come back into the floor. As you see there, gets tripped up by Olenicek.
Mitsic to Jagodic Karija. He had two players in the same game getting 11 assists each in the one before this. Satoransky and Avdiya. Mitsic on 9 assists here. The record is 13 at this tournament. And Mitsic showing he can shoot as well. Now flirting with the double-double.
Vasa Misic continues to just play very well the point guard position. 15 points per game, 7 assists per game, and a backcourt violation. So again, Serbia continuing their good defense.
Slaughter stuck on 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Further disappointment for him.
See the extra pass.
Can't leave any of them unguarded. Davidovac had just hit a 3 before that.
9 of 16 from 3.
And the problem is that 2 huge centers command so much attention on the interior, and Vasa Mitsic delivers another blow on the exterior. "12 points, 9 assists for him. He's quickly doubled his scoring tally on the last 2 shots. Sell. Rebound Davidovac. Mitsic looking for the 1 more assist to get the double-double. Davidovac, little lane opens up, drops it off to Milutinov, but he puts it in and 1. Efficiency personified.
Davidovac, nice pass there, Milutinov, who just has been doing nothing but good things. 5 of 7 from the field, 14 points in just 16 minutes. And they've now gotten 33 points from that center position. And what another weapon to have at your disposal.
Moving from the corner instead of going away of you cut and set the flash, and we can run.
Jokic hasn't played, Milutinov has, and the 2 centers have combined for 33 points on 12 of 15 shooting from the field and 8 of 8 from the line. I think what we're learning in this final game about Serbia is that they're even stronger than we thought they were over the first 4. Davidovac, 10 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds for him, 0 turnovers. He's 4 of 5 from the field, including 2 threes. Ball players showing they can step up when required.
Well, that's now 36 points from the bench. And of course, 48 points in the paint compared to just 20 for Poland. So not only is Serbia knocking down the 3-pointer at a 59% clip, but they're also dominating inside. Just a all-around performance here from Serbia.
Milutinov up to 15 points, 5 of 5 from the line. The team have only missed 1, 11 of 12. Slaughter gets it back from Mihalik. Foul on Jagodic Karija. It's the first foul of the quarter on Serbia. Perfect preparation for the last 16 in Berlin. Key players getting a break, Jokic namely. And everybody getting involved and chipping in on offense and defense.
Again, this Poland team lost by 30 to Finland the other night. So we've seen what they can look like with heavy legs. And also a lot of credit to the Serbian team.
Slaughter spinning away from Davidovac. Bounce pass far side. 3-point shot. Miss. Jeva will battle on the board. Marinkovic coming back in for his first action. Grabs the rebound.
Yeah, a little bit of a grimace from Marinkovic, but they probably want him to get a little bit of, a rhythm before they head to Berlin.
Didn't play the last 2 games, having averaged 14.5 points the first 2. Had 5 threes against the Netherlands, which was the joint most ever for a Serbian at EuroBasket, playing less than 25 minutes. Jeva fouling Milutinov on his route to the rim.
Milutinov already drawn 6 fouls on Poland. Just a beast.
Poland don't have anybody that can match up with either Serbian centre, really, with Balcerowski sitting on 4 fouls.
Yeah, obviously back in the day, this Polish team, you know, Martin Gortat or Hernacek, Damian Kulig, those bigs have moved on. Now the young generation of bigs had some minutes here for Poland, but they call a foul. So more free throws to come.
It was off Milutinov's first miss.
There you see the push in the back. So now Jagidic Karitsa will get 2 more free throws. You don't see that every day.
Well, Milutinov missing 1, hitting the next, and then the immediate foul, Jagidic Karitsa missing 1. Just an illustration as to how difficult Poland have found it to deal with Serbia's sizable centres. 4 fouls for Balcerowski, 4 fouls for Sel, 4 fouls for Jeva. All of those players who play in the front line.
Spending a lot of time at the free throw line here on this trip down for Serbia. Again, 35-point lead. So Serbia saving their best performance for last against a very good Poland team.
30, their biggest win against Finland so far. They've hit the 100-point mark in 2 of their 4 games prior to today in Prague. In the opening game, 100-76 against the Netherlands, and then in that 100-70 win against Finland on game day 3. 4.5 minutes to play to get 9 further points to hit that mark again here. The scoring has really dried up for Poland, just 5 points in this quarter. As Kalenda draws a foul, he's done well since coming in.
Yeah, still not a single player for Poland in double figures. That's exactly the case we saw against Finland. Although Sokolowski's sitting on 9 points, and you mentioned Kalenda, a chance to enter double figures if he makes these 2 free throws.
8 points in 10 minutes for him, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. 3 fouls drawn now as well. The youngster taking his minutes and taking his moment. Giving his coach something to think about for future competitions.
Yeah, Kalenda, who is Jeva's teammate in Wrocław over in Poland.
Played his first Euro Cup campaign last season with Slavs Wrocław as well. 5.8 points in 21 minutes, albeit on low shooting percentages. So this inspiration to a certain extent here to give Poland something to cheer is a little out of character. Milutinov, David Dobac thinking about another 3. Little hesitation and then missed it. Schenk to Olejniczak. And that comes Schenk, who's come in for the first time in the game, the number 55. Then Mihalek lost it on his way down the baseline. Jagidic Karitsa not happy with the call.
Yeah, I mean, the Serbians just relentless. Up 34. They want more.
They want the century. There's Kalender again, offering the energy to get onto the inbound pass, but blocked off. Marinkovic picking it up. Davidovac. Guduric. Just wants to bundle his way to the basket, but lost it on his way through. Final touch off Poland.
Another action, Italy up 90-56 on Team GP. So it looks like that'll be a three-way tie, he said. 3 wins and 2 losses, and obviously we have to pay attention to that group since they will cross over with this one.
And they'll be level with Ukraine and Croatia. Italy, we assume now, will secure the win. Jeveric Karija misses at the buzzer. And that means the top seed from this group will face Italy, who will finish 4th in Group C. Normally, you would say that's not a matchup you would want for finishing top of your group, but I don't think this Serbian side will fear anyone right now.
Well, now when Guduric can knock down threes just like that, he's got 13. It's his first three-point attempt, actually. He's passed on quite a few.
Serbia have 6 scorers in double figures. They're shooting 58% on the outside as a team. Poland already at the foul limit. That's the 3rd on Serbia. 2.5 to play.
Milutinov getting a nice ovation from not just the fans, but also his teammates. And you see here the kick out to Guduric. That's a practice three-pointer for him. No ball pressure.
Milutinov on his first performance of EuroBasket checks out on 16 points in 20 minutes. 5 of 7 from the field, 6 of 7 from the line. High arcing 3 knocked down to give them something else to cheer here in Prague. Those fans who've travelled to watch their team. The result they were hoping for. They came here dreaming of the upset and top spot in the group. They're going to finish 3rd.
So Finland will go ahead and lock up that 2nd place spot. And looks like they'll face off against Croatia.
So Ukraine away, it seems, for Poland. Back-to-back threes from that far side. Mihalek not giving up hope.
Finally got his foot behind the line. He got 2 long twos from Mihalek. As shot clock issue once again.
.30 the margin. And 2 minutes for Serbia to score 6 points to hit 100 for the 3rd time in 5 games here in the first stage in Prague. Marinkovic, Guduric, Ristic is in at centre in place of Milutinov, the 3rd option for them there, and Guduric continues to bring the goods. One of those 6 scorers in double figures for Serbia. Final minute and a half of the first round here in Prague. Olenicek hands off. Mihalek has the hot hand, and that one is certainly a 3.
Well, Mihalek now, I believe, 14 points. Get that 17 points with those back-to-back threes.
Davidovac into Ristic. His first action. Davidovac feeding it back towards Ristic, and a foul on Olenicek. It's another Polish big who's been forced to foul on several occasions. Serbia just too hot to handle. Mihalek trying to make it as respectable as possible down the stretch.
Again, Serbia coming in averaging 92.5 points per game. Surpassed that, and they've held their opponents to below 73 points per game, and they've done that yet again here. So another wire-to-wire phenomenal performance from Serbia. We're in the final minute now.
The likes of Jokic and Micic getting to watch this one from the bench. Such is the size of the lead they've built up, with two more excellent performances. Serbian fans on their feet. Plenty of Serbian flags flying high around this arena, showing their appreciation for the efforts of their team here in Prague. A tough matchup against Italy awaits in Berlin. And from there, they hope to progress all the way to the top of the podium. The feeling is that there will not be a better time to end that two-decade wait. Such is the talent that this Serbian side possesses. They've demonstrated all of it here. Guduric flips it on. Marinkovic misses. Rebound Jeva. Poland looking for one more offense before they head to Berlin themselves. Kalenda wants one more moment. Shoots the three over the double team. Shot clock violation with 1.3 to play. An unstoppable Serbian streak here in Prague as they head to Berlin. A perfect 5-0. 5 emphatic wins. This one by 27 over Poland, with 6 scorers in double figures.
Yeah, again, Serbia, there was no real question about this one. They led end-to-end, wire-to-wire. Just a phenomenal performance from pretty much every player that stepped on the court for them. They lead for 38.5 minutes of the game. 36 points, their largest lead.
Didn't quite get to the century. Took their foot off the gas a little bit down the final stretch, but they certainly will be full throttle heading to the last 16. One of only 2 unbeaten teams along with Greece. And look at those shooting percentages, 74% from 2, 55% from 3. They win in every category. And you only see half of their double-digit scorers on that graphic. Jokic leading the way with 19 in just 17.5 minutes, only 1 miss. 5 rebounds as well, 15 for Guduric, 16 for Milutinov on his first appearance, adding extra muscle and firepower. 12 points along with 9 assists for Micic, 11 points for Kalinic, and 10 along with 5 assists for Dejan Davidovac.
Well, so much pride when you put on this Serbian jersey, and you can see what it means to these players and these fans to play well. And we'll check out some of the highlights of the second half.
The chants of MVP reverberate around the arena at the end of the week's action in Prague. Nikola Jokic sitting out that fourth quarter, but had his say early on and has dominated through the course of the first stage here in the Czech capital. Kalinic with double figures in every single game. A little under the radar as one of their key performers.
Well, what I love about it is obviously you got your two main guys, Micic and Jokic, and then
both can pass and anyone can shoot.
And then Kalinic steps up, he gives you double figures. This game, Gudovic gave you double figures. Obviously, Davidovac gave you double figures. And now you throw in Militinov into the mix. It's a lot for opponents to handle.
They have lost Nemanja Nedovic as one of their shooters for the rest of the tournament, we understand, but it looks as though Serbia have more than enough ammunition. They sunk 11 threes at 55% accuracy in this one. 2 of them from Micic. A couple from Davidovac as well. Militinov did his damage on the interior. And it looks like this Serbian team, as they head to Berlin, have a bit of everything. Poland, we believe, will face Ukraine as the second ranking team from Group C. Have we seen enough from them in this up and down first stage to suggest they can advance further into the quarterfinals?
Well, again, this is a team that at the World Cup put together a nice string of performances, so they need to tap into that well just a little bit more. Obviously, AJ Slaughter not playing his best basketball in this particular game, just 3 points on 1 of 5 from the field. And Panitka did have 6 assists, but only took 5 shots. And typically he's a lot more aggressive than that.
Confirmation of the scores on the final game day from Prague in Group D. A big win for Finland over the Netherlands earlier. A winner-takes-all matchup won by the host Czech Republic, and then Serbia the big win here to finish. It's been an absolute pleasure having your company for the whole of this week, and what superb action we've seen. Now the final standings for Group D, they will match up with Group C, and Serbia set to face Italy. Josh, absolutely wonderful to call the action alongside you over the course of the last 7 days or so. It's been great entertainment, great having you on board, and this is a golden generation for Serbia. All that's missing is the goal.